Okay then, ladies and gents, what you're about to see is a smaller unit combat display to show you a few of the moves that are taught to recruits during training. I must reiterate, these lads that you've seen in front of you are not actors, they're all Royal Marines. They've been serving out in Afghanistan over the last year or 2 or 3 years, and this is a bit of a year out. We're travelling around helping out with recruiting. All of these are professionals, so don't try and do any of what you see when you leave this location. None of the lads are wearing protection, so for the people that are a little bit closer, but you can hear the blows going in, these blows are real and they will hurt. The louder you scream and shout, put your hands together, the harder the lads will hit. First then, what you're going to see are a few defences that the lads can disable, grabs and holds. First, against a two-handed grab from the front, the inside release and kick. Or against a single-handed grab from the front, the outside release and kick. Again from the front, the break, grip and monkey glide. And finally, if held from the rear, around the neck, the shoulder throw. I'm sure as you see the demos going on, the lads will be getting a little bit carried away. They'll be starting to put the hits and the little cheap digs in harder and harder as the display goes along. Okay, in recent years, Royal Marines have been deployed worldwide on a various degree of operations. 40 Commando are currently serving out in Afghanistan. It's not always war-fighting missions that the lads go out on, it's also peacekeeping operations. However, they may come up against a hostile crowd. Here are a few techniques the lads can use to defend themselves against a well-placed kit. First then, the shin check and knee. The next move you're going to see is the inside step and sweep. This time, a move called the X-drop and kick. And finally then a simple but very effective move, the leg catch and takedown. Okay then, deep behind enemy lines, a Royal Marine may have to dispatch an enemy using force when firing a weapon is not an option. The Marines will now demonstrate a few methods of choking and strangling the enemy. First then from the rear, the anaconda. Next then is a choking move called the guillotine. You'll see the lads tapping out here. If these moves are held for any amount of time, the lads' hands back out. And finally from the rear, the Japanese strangle. Okay, there will be times, however, when more than just sheer strength is required to overcome the enemy. And the techniques that the Royal Marines are taught in training must come as second nature. First then, the leg sweep. Next deployed, a submission hold, an arm breaking hold towards the arm bar. And finally, the triangular leg choke.
There's a Jordan. I'm just saying.
Okay then, Royal Marine Commandos will at times have to defend themselves against a variety of weapons. This could be a piece of wood, a metal bar, postal back knife, or anything lying around that he may have to overcome. Here are some defensive games confused against such techniques. First then, against the baseball bat, you envelop and throw. The next move then against the cross, the figure 4. This time against the knife, the shoulder throw. And finally quite a high adrenaline move from a rushing attack, the duck and lift.
How are you going to get that, Mum?
And the bike?
Did you get the ball?
Hey, Mom, when you get that, you're drawing on camera.
Yes, Paul.
Okay, then ladies and gents, getting towards the end of the display now, we're going to start to ramp things up a little bit. Okay, during operations, 4 rings will have to be spat, essentially in order to gain access to a guarded area. This boys and girls will involve in having to sneak up and disarm the enemy and snatch him from his post. So as quietly as possible, the first move you're going to see is the Japanese headlock. The next move you're going to see is a team move called the leap and kick. And for those of you who are a little closer this time, I'm sure watch the look on the lad's face. The kick and grab. And finally, the century's favourite, the disarm and throw to the stomach. Finish him off. Finish him off. Go on. Okay then, ladies and gents, I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen, but now as the finale, what you're going to see is one of the lads is going to defend himself against every other corner, showing off all the moves that you've just seen and more. This, ladies and gents, boys and girls, is what we call King of the Mat. Finish him off, go on, finish him, last man. Ladies and gents, you think you should finish them off? A big cheer and a big shout there, boys and girls, to finish them off. He's not getting away. Quick, get it. Get it before he gets away, finish him off.
Got it. Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please show your appreciation and put your hands together for the Royal Marines Display Team 2010. Ladies and gentlemen, Her Majesty's Royal Marines. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. That wasn't easy in the rain there down on the beach. Please, a big round of applause for Her Majesty's Royal Marines.